Lulutho Peterson from the Eastern Cape in South Africa. Umankwali ubhukula umkhwanase, ihlubi inkonjane ebhabhe mafini. From the under-communicated culture of the Xhosa people in the Eastern Cape. It takes a village to raise a child. But if the village is gone, who is going to raise that child? It is important for our children to understand the hierarchy of society. And the hierarchy of society, it starts from the kingdomship. Ikumkani zethu, inkcubeko yethu ikubo. Ukubaluleka kwethu kukubo. Imbeko yethu ikubo. Xa sibaphakamisa, sizawuphakama nathi. Xa sibahlonipha, sizawuhlonitshwa nathi. Xa sibabekele phezulu, sizawubekelwa phezulu nathi zizizwe. In doing so, I believe that the children of this province will have a deeper meaning of respect. Respect is taught, respect is groomed, respect is instilled. This generation, there is a huge complaint that there is no respect. A generation that is fatherless and motherless has no foundation to teach those values. So that is why today we are sitting with children that have no respect because they don't know what to respect if they don't know who they are. You can only respect what you know and what it means to know that thing and what it does to you as a human being. Today we are sitting with the young people that do not understand the first principle of leadership. A leader is someone who takes care of their community. A leader is someone who takes care of their craft, their arts, their heritage. A leader is someone who respects their kings. There are many pandemics that have hit our province. One is HIV and AIDS. That left a lot of kids orphaned. We have a generation of young people that are raising themselves. That is a huge danger in society. Today we are here about Lulutho Arts and Leadership Institution, an institution and a model designed to fit the niche and the gap that is done by the education system of South Africa. We have students that are not coping under the mainstream education, that are creatives, that are innovators, but because they don't fit in the mainstream system, there is no space for them in South Africa. There is no child that deserves to be left behind by any system because they lack to fit in the mainstream education. We are not all born to be doctors, architects, engineers. Some of us are born to create, are born to make new spaces, are born to inspire in different platforms out of the mainstream system. We are here saying that we've got a rich heritage, we've got untold stories, we've got untaught instruments. These instruments are dying because there's no one transferring them to the next generation. Our language itself is Xhosa. The 80% of it is gone. We need to have platforms where we speak the language, we teach in the language, we sing in the language, we do acting in the language so that it doesn't die. It's communicated to this generation.
Ngumrhubhe. Eli gama lithi mrhubhe liphuma xa udlala kusithi rhu athi ke ngokamaXhosa ngumrhubhe. Ibisisixhobo kuqala sabathwa ababezingela ngaso. Ukuve xa kusithiwa bow and arrow abathwa bezingela babezingela mose uyayibona inje ngohlobo. Kodwa ke bona abathwa aba bazanaso isixhobo abadlali njengathi. Xa bedlala bayabetha ngohlobo. Badlala ngolo hlobo abathwa. Omama bethu ke zange bafundise udlala ohlobo labathwa. Kuba baba nalabo uhlobo lokudlala. Lonto bagonku bahurhuza lento bendithetha. Uyavuma uhluko ke ngoku? Uyavuma uhluko kule nto bendiyenza kuqala? Ngoku ndizawuthi Uyava indlela etsho ngayo kaManti? Xa uyifunda ke ngoku uzayifunda ngaphandle kwayo qala njeba benditshilo. Ufaka umnwe wakho uvule kwecala ngapha enzela uba umoya uzukwazi ukubizela kuba le nto yenza yonke esi sandi ngumoya obizelayo. Xa usowulichule uyawubizela uphinde ukhuphe. Yayivinto? Ekuseni, emini, xa yolala, ilaphu lidibanisa isikhuni neselo. Ukuze ke ngoku isandi seselwa eli nohadi likwazi ukuphuma. Oomama kudala iselwa eli bebelisika belinganisela nebele labo. Awuve usike nje iselwa ungakhange umejarishe into yoba ibele eli lakho lingakanani na. Thina ke madoda sinamabele, sineziphika. Sineziphika nje ke ngoku iselwa elive lifike lithi nca. Ebusuku xa kumnyama khonto uyibonayo uzawuva ngesandi esimandi esiphuma kumama xa idlala. Banengoma zabo ke ezimandi abathuthuzela abantwana ngazo. Ibikukuthuthuzela ingoma nokubalisela abantwana amabali.
Our ancestors traveled a long road for us to be still alive today. They fought wars for us to still be enjoying the benefits of today. They have stayed and got united through very strong causes to protect our heritage, to protect our land, to protect our culture. We come from the province which has a huge political history. The political history that has produced the likes of Tatu Nelson Mandela, Tatu Steve Biko, Tatu Chris Hani. But because of that rich political history, our monarchs, which are the kings, have taken kind of a shadow underneath those heroes. And today, we need to change things around and also put the spotlight into our monarchy. If you read history of South Africa, you will see the first fighters of the rights of human beings or the rights of indigenous people were their kings. The kings were the first to fight for their rights, were the first to fight for their land, were the first to even go to Robben Island before politicians did. So it is very important to teach this history to this generation so that they can understand where does this journey come from. The journey of freedom, the journey of fighting for your rights starts from the monarchs themselves because they were the first people to meet the British or any other colonial system that has come into our country. The distort in our society, especially in the Eastern Cape, comes from this dysfunctional hierarchy in our society where our kings have taken precedence or a backseat when it comes to politicians. And what we are trying to do in the school of Lulutho Arts and Leadership Institution is to take our kids back into that system where they respect their kings. They know who their kings are. They know where they come from because in doing so, it will restore that gap they have where they were not performing under mainstream education, that gap they have where they felt that they have no space in society, that gap where they come from, where they felt they have no career. Our language is beautiful, it's unique, it's enough. And our language deserves to be restored in our instruments, in our theater, in our storytelling, in our spiritual beliefs. Our rituals and norms do not resemble witchcraft. They resemble a connection to our ancestors. They resemble a connection to the direction of what we must do today in this ill society of the Eastern Cape. We have started a journey to get to know the actual history, not his story, to rewrite and find about our story. What happened to us? Why are we like this today? Why are our children not fitting in a system today? What have we lost? What are we not knowing? What are we not hearing? Because we are sitting with students that are creative, students that are gifted. Where do they get those gifts from? How do we connect them so that they can fit into this society, so that they don't feel like they need to take drugs to be understood? We are sitting with an entertainment industry, the industry we are in, because our school is an art school. But we are saying to our students, you don't need to take drugs to be creative, because creativity is a gift from God. It's a gift from your ancestors. It's a spiritual connection. Because if you look at our indigenous people, the history, the little history that we know, they used to dance around the fire. They used to tell stories around the fire. They used to groom and educate the next generation around the fire. That was our education system. But today, because there are desks, there are tests, there are measures of competence, our children feel that they don't fit in that system. We are saying that we want to go back. We want to know what happened. How were these children taught? How can you create an education system that fits into our culture, the Bantu culture, that can accommodate these children that are not fitting into the mainstream system that came with the Europeans into our country? And in doing so, I believe that our streets will not be so populated by young people taking drugs. I believe our streets will vibrate with our culture, will vibrate with our music, will vibrate with our arts and craft, because we have huge talent in South Africa. But an unattended generation, an idle generation, is a dangerous generation.